Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman and thank you for joining us. We begin today with the Lloydminster Concerned Citizens for Senior Care Society. They're a group centered on recognizing the needs and issues for seniors in the community. It hosted its annual general meeting. Open to the public, Lloyd residents could voice their concerns, one of which was housing, as well as having concerned citizens speak on the importance of the organization.
Because we were aware of the shortage of spaces in Lloydminster for seniors, and seniors were being shipped out of town to far off places where their family couldn't get to see them on a regular basis.
The goal of the meeting was to lobby all levels of government for improvements to ambulance service, a permanent MRI facility, and increased care spaces for seniors in Lloydminster.
There's still a shortage. We're still transferring seniors out of our community. There's wait lists, which means there isn't enough. So we got to keep pushing for that. We've been working a lot this last year on the replacement of Jubilee Home. The Saskatchewan government has looked at that building and said they don't want to spend any more money on it, and so they're kind of open to a proposal for a new building.
If you'd like to get involved, Concerned Citizens meets every Tuesday at noon at the Legacy Center. One of the first festivals of this summer took over downtown Lloydminster this weekend. Ravi Jailison was there and brings us this report.
The streets of downtown Lloydminster came alive this Saturday, pulsating with energy and excitement as the Street Fest kicked off its annual celebration. We caught up with one of the organizers to get an inside look at what this year had in store.
It's actually our 13th annual Downtown Street Fest, and the cold and the weather has not kept the public away. They are coming down by the carload today. New this year is a street hockey tournament. We also had the food fair with 9 vendors. We have farmers market, art market, as well as lots of entertainment such as the stilt walkers are roving. We have the Great Balonzo, which he is a magician juggler. Something new this year are bus stops. We have a kids zone with activities for kids of all ages and adults as well. Interactive games including pedal go-kart.
As the day unfolded, attendees had the chance to immerse themselves in the music and craftsmanship of local artists, transforming the streets into a colorful display of creativity. We had the pleasure of speaking with one such artist who shares her thoughts on this year's Street Fest.
Hi, I'm Brie McPhee. I make freestanding trees out of little crystals and wire. I came last year and I was so excited to join again because it was just so much fun. My second favorite part of making the trees and just looking at them on my shelf is making little videos and putting them on Facebook and Instagram. So it's at Breeze Trees. My phone predicted wintry conditions. So when I woke up and saw rain, I thought that is so much better than snow. So you know what? This is pretty great.
Despite the less than ideal weather, spirits remain high as attendees and performers continue to enjoy themselves, proving that nothing can dampen the festive atmosphere of Street Fest.
The weather is difficult, but still so much fun with everybody here. There are people. I ate the food, talked to the dogs, and the police did not arrest me. So a very good day here today.
As the day comes to an end in downtown Lloydminster, we're left with cherished memories of a day filled with music, art, and community spirit. For Primetime Local News, this is Ravi Jayaseelan.
Thank you so much to Ravi for that report. And it's time now for a retrospect. Here is Carter Maloney.
We begin this week in retrospect in June 1997 at a ceremony where Lloydminster celebrated members of the community becoming official Canadian citizens.
It's a moment many have been waiting a long time for. Joseph Abajero's wife, Imelda, immigrated to Canada over 9 years ago. Joseph arrived 3 years later to Lloydminster and says it's the best move he's ever made.
It's proud to be a Canadian. And actually I have 3 kids, so for now we are all Canadians. And in Canada, the only thing I appreciate is the equality. Everything is equal. There's no gap among the human beings. There's no rich and poor in here. Not the same the place where I came from.
These new Canadians had to live in Canada for at least 3 years, write an English test, and know about the country they're calling home. They are now able to enjoy all the rights and freedoms that comes with being Canadian.
From today, they have the right to be a candidate. From today, they have a right to vote. From today, they have a right to go and apply for government jobs, which they will get preference, And from today, they have all the rights of any citizen of Canada.
For students at Bishop Lloyd, the ceremony was a very moving experience.
I think it meant a lot to all the students and the adults of the community so that they can see what it's like to become a new citizen and how they felt to actually become a citizen.
I think it meant a lot because I don't think any of them has really experienced something like this, so I think it was pretty good for the students.
They all may have different reasons for coming, but they share the same dreams of freedom, democracy, and peace in a place called Canada.
The only thing I can say is it's pretty nice if you have a maple leaf behind you all the time.
Now we move forward all the way to 2002, where a group getting together to clean the river led to an unlikely connection.
This was where the mystery unfolded almost 2 weeks ago. It was a long day for St. Walburg RCMP and Midwest rescue officials as they searched from dawn till dusk at the banks of the North Saskatchewan River. They found all kinds of garbage and debris along the shoreline, including a weathered plastic 7-Up bottle with a very interesting story.
As we met up at the end of the search, everybody was showing each other what they found, and somebody happened to find the note in the bottle.
The note, still in good shape, was written by 11-year-old Suzanne Calder, who had thrown it in the river in Edmonton 8 years ago. 18-year-old Alfield was given the note because he's closest to the girl's age. He wrote back that very night.
It could be when some strange destiny thing. You never know. I really didn't know what to say because I only know what I know about her is from when she was in grade 6. So. She was 11 at the time, right? So she talked about her newts and her dog and her saxophone and, what school she went to and that.
Constable Greg Volick with the St. Walburg Detachment tracked down the girl through the address on the note. Luckily, her family still lives at the same location. Suzanne wasn't home at the time, but her mother was.
And we found the bottle. Yeah, so, it was September the 27th, 1989.
Today we were able to reach Suzanne herself. Apparently the bottled message was a class project. Each student participated. However, to date, only one other classmate's note has been found, and only 1 month after it was released.
It is pretty interesting to do. I didn't think it would ever be found. I kind of forgot about it until, my mom said that someone phoned about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember. I've actually done that in grade 3, too. We did it with balloons, and the same thing happened. We filled up balloons and tied notes to them, and a farmer found it in his field, and so it's kind of weird that it happened twice. But
she says she's looking forward to receiving Cameron's letter and thanks search officials for rescuing her message. The mystery has been solved, the class project was successful, and possibly a new friendship was formed.
And that's all for us this week in Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consulate.
And thanks to Carter for stepping up to do Retrospect today. We'll have more Primetime Local News after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
Welcome back. The summer festival season is underway in the border city, and this coming weekend, the ultimate block party comes to Lloydminster. Leanne Sanders spoke with one of the organizers to find out more.
I'm here today with Donna Schellenberg with To the Core Pilates, and I know that you have so much more going on at your shop, but we're here to talk today about the Ultimate Block Party. So what can you tell me about the 2024 edition of the Ultimate Block Party?
Well, we just seem to make it bigger and better every single year. So this year we are doing our beef on a bun again. We did that last year. And the beef on the bun is being served by the ladies from the Interval Home. And so our fundraiser this year is for the Interval. And then we have a whole dock of vendors again, so there's a whole section of the street that's closed off and we have vendors there. We see about 400 to 450 people in the 4 hours, so the vendors range from everything from teas and kombucha all the way to a lot of homemade crafts, and we try and really stick with makers and people that are creatives so that they're bringing some very unique things. We also have the climbing wall is coming from Pleasant View Bible Camp this year. We had it the first year and then they couldn't get it to us last year, so we get it again this year. And then just tons of games for the kids. We've got bouncy castles and round games, and we've got some axe throwing, and you name it, we've got it happening. The scoop will be there, free popcorn. Yeah, there's just something for everybody, and it's just a great way to bring the community together and for our businesses in our area to come together and do something great for the community.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that it's things like this that make summer in Lloydminster enjoyable for everybody. I guess what other benefits, if you're a vendor going to be setting up at the block party, what kind of benefits do they get?
Well, it's a lot of exposure to people that they wouldn't normally get exposure from, I think. We really pull from a wide range. So each of the businesses in the area, this is also a customer appreciation event, right? So we are calling in all of our own customers to say thank you, right? Thank you for being a part of our lives. Thank you for supporting our businesses. And so those vendors that are coming in, very often they're not going to see all of those same people. So, and then it's also for our general community, for the people that live in that area. And again, a lot of those people aren't necessarily making it to the farmers markets or to the other events that are happening in town. And so it's a really nice way for those vendors to really reach a wider range of people.
Right, so how many businesses again have indicated their interest in being involved?
So the businesses in our area that take part and sponsor the event are To the Core Pilates, Reynolds Plumbing, MIT, Joni Bem Mortgage Broker. They're the sponsors, we're the business sponsors, and then we have a bunch of the vendors that are coming. The Scoop comes every year too, so they're one of our major businesses that shows up every year.
Okay,
yeah.
And I know we haven't had the most ideal weather so far in June that we were talking about, but I'm sure there'll be lots of things to do outside of that.
Yeah, and we actually bring tents in every year. So the vendors are all under tents. We have a huge tent for everybody to eat underneath. The kids don't care if it's raining or not. They'll be in the bouncy castles anyway. They'll be playing the games either way, but we always set up the tents so that the parents can sit and watch the kids play, and if it is raining, or even if it's too hot, let's just hope it's too hot and they need the tents and they can stay underneath the tents to just get out of the heat a little bit. But we always plan for that eventuality, so yeah.
So is there anything else that you'd like to mention about the Ultimate Block Party?
I think the main thing is that we originally started the block party to celebrate the businesses in our area. We really are kind of offset from everybody else. You know, the downtown has their downtown activities, and a lot of the other businesses are quite central to Highway 16 or Highway 17, and we're very much offset from those. And we wanted to do something special for our area. When I started it, I had thought, oh, we're just celebrating our anniversary. But when I went and talked to our businesses in the area, there's some businesses right there that have been in business for over 40 years. They've been around for a long time. And so I think it's really important that we celebrate the longevity of the businesses in our community, and then as business members also work to create a strong community where we are located. Right. And so it's just been a great opportunity to do that. We've created some great friendships now, and we watch out for each other, and it's just elevated that level of the business community in our area, and I think that's a pretty sweet thing.
So where is it located exactly?
So we're at 5115 55th Avenue. So used to be the road that went over the tracks that got closed off, and that's where we're located. So we close off about 3 blocks there and just set it all up so that no traffic can come through. And yeah.
Okay. And when does it start, and when does it wrap up?
So it starts at 4 o'clock on Friday, and it wraps up at 8.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much for shedding some light on the event for me. It sounds like a really good time for everybody, families and individuals, to go check things out.
Yeah, it'll be a great, rain or shine, it's going to be a great event.
All right, thanks, Donna.
Thanks for having me.
The 16th annual Just Cruisin' Show and Shine is taking place this weekend. Abby St. John has more on what to expect from this year's car show.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by Jerry Duhame and Carrie Million, both the organizers for the 16th annual Just Cruisin' Show and Shine. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thanks for having us. You're welcome.
Of course. Now, this is a very exciting event, and it's, like I mentioned, it's going on for 16 years now, the Just Cruisin' Show and Shine car show. Tell me a little bit about this event for people who may not know or are new to hearing about it.
Well, it's as you mentioned, it's been going on for 16 years, and we keep having to move venues because we keep growing and growing. And this year, what we're doing to make more room is taking our cars off the pavement and putting them on the grass, which is about 35 to 40 cars to make more room for guest cars. So we've always been kind of focused on looking after our guest cars and trying to make more room for them. And Carrie's got a little information about the club there too.
Yeah, so the club, Abby, too, it's been in existence for 21 years now as well. And it's a fairly big group. I think we've got 42 or 44 members. The main purpose of our club, too, is just to bring together individuals who are interested in the hobby, and through that to share info and contacts. But also, we use this to raise funds and give back to and benefit the Lloydminster and area residents.
That sounds amazing. And obviously, this show going on for so long, and like Jerry mentioned, it's been growing and growing every year, which is the most exciting part. I love having it's great when there's events like the Show and Shine that goes on for so long. Now it's on Saturday, June 15th. Perfect event for Father's Day. For this year, for the 16th annual, is there anything new that people can expect? And on top of that, what else is there for people to enjoy on Saturday?
Well, we're really happy to have a special guest. We've never had a special guest, a celebrity as such. Dave from Lost Car Rescue. He was the auto body man in that show. He's going to come here and be there for the day and sign autographs and walk around. And we'll probably have him pick one of our many awards, which Carrie will maybe reference to. And we've got one of our members who actually moved to St. Albert, has a rear engine rail dragster. He's going to bring it down. We're going to fire that up and make some noise. You can't have a car show without some noise. And we've got the Lloydminster Fire Department going to be there with some of their antique trucks. We got them to dig them out of the museums. And the Britannia fire truck's going to be there again with their aerial truck. So some pretty cool stuff coming out.
Yes, that sounds amazing. And in terms of vendors, what kind of vendors can people expect to see as well?
So we've got everything from a person that does custom pinstriping work. We've got displays from a few of the accessory businesses in Lloyd. There's like 5 Star Industries has a display. Paradise Garage will have a display. There'll be I think one from Sound Obsessions as well, just to showcase some of their product and their vehicles. Of course, we've got all the different food trucks, food vendors. There's a lot of different things going on to make it just a family event. It's not strictly about cars. There's a little bit of everything for everybody.
That sounds so much fun. And like you said, it's something for everyone, but it's perfect for families to come out and enjoy. And of course, it's the day before Father's Day. So this is perfect for fathers who definitely are car enthusiasts and car lovers. Now, the best part about this event, I think, what people are going to be excited about is that it's free. So for free registration, free attendance. So can we talk a little bit about what people should know about the times and when they show up to the event?
I'm glad you mentioned that it's free because we have a lot of stuff for kids as well. We have something very unique to car shows, and that is we have what's called a make and take, where you can bring your children to the show We have 200 models available for the first 200 kids to show up. We have big brothers and big sisters sit ready to help them build the models so they can do exactly what it says. They can make the model and take it with them, and there's no charge for that. And Can Do Auto has been a long-time sponsor. They have a matchbox racing track, and they have matchbox cars for the kids to race and keep the winner. If they don't win with that car, they pick another one until they race a winner, and they take it home with them. So yeah, there's no admission charge, no fee for registering your vehicle, no fee for entering. And we've got over 21 awards for the participants. It's from 9 to noon is the registration, and from 10 to 4 is the show. And we have Maz Entertainment there with their big screen. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it sounds like it. It sounds like it's going to be a perfect day, and hopefully the weather cooperates as well. But I think regardless, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for families in and around the community. So thank you both for joining me today, and I wish you the best of luck for the 16th annual Show and Shine.
Thanks very much, Abby. Appreciate your support.
Thank you.
And that's all for news. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
Welcome back. Rodeo athletes from across the world were competing just outside of Marwayne this past weekend at the 69th annual Lee Park Rodeo.
Watch him go to work. Yeah! Listen to the cowboys. Look at the moves from that horse. Whoa!
The elite event featured all of the CPRA events like bull riding, barrel racing, and steer wrestling, as well as the wild horse race. The organizers say that every day was a great success.
It was a total success. Our crowds were great. I got to thank our fans. And there was a couple of days that the weather wasn't real nice, but you saw that hill this afternoon. It was packed. A lot of people come out to watch this rodeo today. It was a great show. Total success all around.
With the completion of the 69th rodeo, anticipation and planning is already beginning for the huge 70th anniversary next year.
Oh, I'm real excited. It's a year away, but time flies. It'll be here right away. And next week, we'll start planning for next year. We'll sit down and have a meeting and see what went really good and what went wrong. And we'll change the stuff that went wrong and add on to the stuff that went really good.
And now let's take a look at your ag prices. Thank you for watching Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and of course, go Oilers.